We the Kings. Are you ready for the next episode? Hey, new podcast today.
I never know what Josh is going to do, so it's a surprise to me too.
I thought of it like 15 minutes ago.
I
And
know,
it made
he
me chuckle.
chuckled. He really did chuckle. And I said, "Why are you laughing?" He said, "Oh, I just said something." I'm like, "You didn't say it out loud."
I said in my head. I was
So,
like, okay. I
is
like
that
what
a
this is.
song?
Yeah.
Is that a real song?
Yeah, smoke weed every day. That's like an
Oh,
old,
jeez.
that's an old Snoop Dogg song, I believe.
Okay.
But I was like, that'll work. Put the
Mm.
lyrics in my head, got it ready to go, and now it's gold.
Mm.
So here we are again.
Yep. What's
Welcome
today?
back. It is
Wednesday,
the 7th. It is a day
February
before.
7th.
It is a day before my brother's birthday.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. By
We are
time.
exactly, what did I say? 4 years and 1 month apart.
Oh,
Because
you and him.
my birthday's January 8th and his is February 8th.
Yep.
So
I'm the oldest of 3.
I'm
Am I
the
counting myself? Yeah.
second youngest of 8.
It's actually funny because your family, I think your younger sister and my brother Donovan, they both meet. They're like the connecting points between our families in terms of age.
Yeah, they're the same age.
Emma's sister is like the same age as my mom,
Yep,
and your dad is the same age as my grandma.
yep. No, my mom is the same age as your grandma.
Oh, your dad's older.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, and then you're older than me.
Yeah.
So look at where we are. It's a different family settings, which are both sides are good. I enjoy family holidays and stuff like that over your house because everyone's already older, have their kids, and it's just like just immediate family is like one big family reunion. There's like 13 people in there at one time,
Yeah.
just immediate family.
Mhm.
So luckily, I'm the only one who has kids on my side. So
Yeah.
being the oldest,
Yeah.
so I'll take that.
Yep.
Itchy or something?
Yes.
Oh. So Emma's a little uncomfortable here because of the setup with
Oh,
our one mic, and
we need to get another microphone.
we
Yeah,
do.
because we only have one and we're sharing it, and I have to for some reason it doesn't like me.
She got that old mouse voice.
I don't even know. I have to sit super close in front of it, and Josh can sit very far away, and it still sounds good.
For real, y'all, I'm already in the kitchen. That's so far.
I'm like, I have to I'm like making out with it basically. I'm just all up in my face.
Yeah. Well, today, I guess we wanted to talk a little bit about our blogging situation. We've seen a lot of people ask, "Where are you guys at? Why can't we see your faces?"
Yeah, I guess now that it's we put out the third podcast and stuff, we were like, oh, okay, this is for real.
Yeah,
y'all are really doing this.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're like, where are the vlogs? I want to see the vlogs. Are you gonna vlog again?
We're not saying this and mocking you people. That's
just how I hear it in my head. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so people have been asking us if we're gonna vlog, if we plan on vlogging again or whatever. So, and we've talked about it a lot. We've gone back and forth
For a while now.
For a while. Yeah, because before we even started thinking about doing podcasts, we were talking about coming back. Should we vlog again? Should we vlog again? And it's just, I don't know. We're still up in the air about it. Just because, first of all, it's a lot of work. It's a lot. It's more work than a podcast as far as, editing and stuff. And then you'd have to film throughout the day and not just sit down for an hour or whatever at night after the kids go to bed like we do now.
Yeah, we've actually incurred more responsibility, I feel, since we've stopped vlogging.
What do you mean?
Now we have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Now you have your photography business, and now I don't think I was in classes last time. But yeah, I'm doing classes now, and my job is really, really involved. I'm not gonna say stressful because I like it, and just right now, the point I am in right now, it's going to involve a lot more, I guess, traveling because I had to do more TDYs, temporary duty stations, and
Are you still doing that?
yeah, that's the plan. Last I told
When?
them. It's supposed to be this time in February.
I was gonna say, didn't you say February?
Yeah, they haven't even
When?
gave me a freaking date yet. I don't even know.
Oh my
I think it's
gosh.
supposed to be a couple of days, but I have like that going on. Then I have another boot camp class, certified ethical hacking. That's right, y'all. I'm breaking in all kinds of blue screens and whatnot. But that's gonna be in March, and then I have my promotion test in March too.
Wait, you're going to boot camp in March?
Yes,
You didn't tell me this?
I did. I
No,
told you
you
about my
didn't.
certified ethical
No,
hacking. Yes, I
no,
did.
no,
Emma,
no,
I told you.
no.
Remember because I told you that one of my coworkers, he got certified and he said, "Oh
Yes.
yeah, well, we're going to get you into class too." And I told you that like weeks ago now. And I'm like, "Yeah,
I
get me
don't
in
think
there
so.
because I'm going to get the money, going to get the money."
I don't think so.
I did. Well, I'm going there in March.
You did not tell me
I
this.
did tell you, remember, because I said that it's going to be in Maryland. I'm going to have to stay at my grandma's house for the week.
Oh, I do remember
Oh,
that. Okay, I remember
hmm.
that. I didn't know it was for the ethical hacking. I think you just said like a
Interesting.
boot camp. Anyways, so yeah, we got all this stuff going on and just, it's a lot of work
Yeah, it's not.
and I don't know, and not just that, but I think we're trying to decide if I don't want to say if it like the benefits are there. Like
Yeah,
what's the point? Because that sounds mean because everybody that watches us and stuff, like we don't want to just like completely forget about everybody that
exactly. You guys are still
yeah,
very
like
much a part
for
of the
sure,
kingdom.
exactly. Like so we do love all the people that like, watch and whatnot. But
Yeah, and it's part of the community.
but I don't know, it's a lot of work and then if like I mean we've been out of the game, so to speak, but I
Raw. Man,
I
that's why our
know.
podcast right now is like, dang, Joshua, he let himself go.
Shut up, you look exactly the same.
No, that's mean still because
Oh,
I
okay,
don't want to
maybe
look the
a
same.
little more buff.
I'm
I
trying
don't
to
know.
bulk up here.
But yeah, we still been keeping up with the community and whatnot because
Hmm.
like I do follow some YouTubers on Instagram and I don't really watch their vlogs all that much, but so yeah, we like I've been, keeping up and obviously if you've been watching some of the daily vloggers, I mean obviously I don't watch everybody, but there's been a lot of change and drama and scandals and all
Ooh,
kinds of things that
to
have
say the
happened,
least,
right? Yeah.
the climate has definitely changed.
Yeah, so if you look at just obviously the big one was Shay Carl back what a year ago, 2 years. I think it was
Has it
last year.
has it
Yeah,
already been a year since?
yeah. So because I was
Golly.
pregnant. Yeah, like so if you keep up with them, I mean that whatever happened there. I don't. Did he cheat? Yeah, I guess. I mean, would you say cheating? Like he was messaging,
Oh,
what was she like a?
uh, man, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't,
She was like a what do they call like a
like a
video chat call
hostess
girl?
or
No,
where? Hotline? She's a hotline bling.
no, they have a name. Like Blink. No,
You
I don't
can
know.
call me. I'm a cell phone.
Like yeah, you can like pay to watch them,
Later when
and
I
you like
leave
tell them what to do. I don't know what that's
you.
called. I don't remember.
Then
Anyways, but he was like, okay, I
sorry.
don't know what she's. I mean, I don't know what she's
But the
called.
point is, he did it, and I think
Yes, like would that be cheating,
I
right?
consider it
I mean, he
cheating.
was like, I want to do things to you, and was like very
Well,
explicit.
yeah. See, I don't know. Did he have a picture? I mean, I guess that result really doesn't matter that much. But I'm
Uh,
thinking in terms of like you're having feelings about somebody else that because I mean we're all human, so sometimes feelings or whatever things come through like stray feelings. But if you cast them out, then I don't say anything wrong against
no,
you.
but he
But
was
if you're
messaging
you're
her.
messaging the person, you're actively seeking them out, or you're acting on
Yeah,
those feelings. Even doesn't have to be physical. I mean, you're saying it, so you're putting that out in existence. You're saying that if the opportunity ever arise, that you
yeah.
would take it. I wouldn't say take advantage, but
He wanted her to like sit on his face. That's pretty explicit.
that is pretty explicit. Especially like, yeah, take a shower before that.
Oh,
It's kind of nasty.
okay.
I mean, what? Just sit on the face and that's it, and just play chess.
Yes, Josh.
Okay,
Okay.
Netflix and sit.
Netflix and sit.
But the point is, yeah, I consider that cheating. So yeah, that's a
Yeah,
big
I mean that was a
family
big
vlogger
one.
that
Yes, and then Austin and Brittany Knowles, they got divorced or they're not together, and that whole drama that happened with leaked videos. Oh, see, I was following along this whole time, you
That was
guys.
funny. I was like,
that was funny. That's when Josh was deployed.
well, I was just like, bruh.
Yeah.
You
I
done got
mean, don't like that's freaking like naked selfies 101 that you do not show your face.
Right?
Like
Come on, bro.
you don't show your face. How dumb, like even when Josh was deployed and I was sending him like videos and pictures and stuff. Oh god, now they're gonna go looking for them. They're gonna try hacking into our stuff.
Oh man.
No, you deleted that, right? No, I was kidding. Anyways, but even with that, like that's to my own husband, and
Right.
still I wouldn't put my face. Just in case, just because it is the internet and you never know.
You never know.
I'm not saying it's right that people should be hacking into your
I'm
stuff.
just saying, y'all, if we have any teenagers listening, I don't know if we do or not.
I hope not. Sheesh.
But hey, I mean, even if they are, Snapchat, all that stuff, it is not just, it burns and it's gone away. Best believe they got that on the server somewhere waiting.
There's even apps for Snapchat.
Yeah, it is not gone.
To keep it, so it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that happened and all kinds of things. Just people seem to be just falling apart in all sorts of ways.
Yeah, and
I think community. It's so sad.
I mean, we kind of felt this way on our way out to begin with, but we mainly joined just to have fun and to hopefully connect with other people that are fun too, and just make this world a little bit smaller by getting to know other people, and just a little bit of bumps along the way while we were doing it. We were seeing, I guess, fakeness and just hazards of becoming a YouTube quote unquote partner, and we were just like
partner.
Because like a content creator, like I mean, we are technically partners, YouTube partners, if you look at our page and whatnot.
That's everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
But the point is, like you're saying, like actually getting like deep involved that and trying to grow your channel, which isn't an issue, but getting connected with other people, and you're seeing that some people are willing to do things more than what you would say is ethical or
moral,
or exploiting certain things that we don't necessarily agree with when we thought we were kind of along the same lines with some people. Not to say that they're wrong or anything, it's just not necessarily how we wanted to go about it, and it's just something that we wanted to step back to. And especially with that whole Ashley Madison stuff coming out, like just family bloggers were really getting a bad rap to say the least. And it's like,
dang,
it's like,
about that.
Yeah, it's
that
like
was Sam and Nia, by the way.
We just shooting shots today, I guess. I mean, what, months after the fact? Anyways.
It was like 2 years later, right?
Golly, that's crazy.
No,
but we just like, I don't know, we want to associate ourselves with that.
That was kind of it too. We were just kind of frustrated with the community because not of course, not everybody.
Yeah, there are definitely great people that we've met because of this. We're talking to you, Lauren.
Oh yeah. Oh. So there's like a lot of people that we do like, but we just saw not just the fakeness, but I guess just the clickbait titles too were starting to become super annoying, and it was really sad because it was successful. So like clickbait titles worked. So you had these big channels that were doing super clickbait type titles and thumbnails. So then since it worked, guess who copies? Everybody else that's trying to be successful, and a bunch of smaller channels start doing it too. So now everybody's doing it, and it's like you can't not have a clickbait title because then you're boring compared to everybody else. And and then just I don't know, just the sense of like because I mean Josh and I always talked about this where we knew that our audience probably wasn't going to be younger kids, because I'm like, we're adults. Like, I don't want to be a kid's TV show.
To pander or...
Yeah,
unless we trying to be the Wiggles.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's money in that.
But then that would be like a whole different thing. Yeah, like, if we're catering towards kids, it's because we want to cater towards kids. But I don't want to pretend like our adult life is a kids TV show. Like, no, we have kids, yes, but we're adults. Yeah, so we, that's just, and I just didn't like that I didn't want that to become our demographic either, or feel like it needed to be.
Right.
But then it felt like in order to have the adult demographic, you had to be drama.
That's exactly what I was about to
Yeah,
say.
like you had to be like, are we divorcing and am I pregnant again and whose baby is it really? Like, are we gonna make a sex tape? Like it had to be like that kind of stuff almost, And which I won't say their
Man, I'm
names, but
telling you,
I've seen a channel that we were like close in subscriber count until they started doing that, and then they took off. Like, and now their subscriber count is super high, and they're making tons of money, I'm sure, but at what cost,
yeah.
like, because they're constantly getting into arguments with people in their comment section because because that's what people like. They come to see the train wreck,
Yeah.
and so half of the people are hate watching. They're not even like because they like them, they're hate watching.
And yeah, it's just, I have to say too, it's pretty chilly in here. With all this shade we're throwing.
Sorry.
No,
It
but
is true though.
yeah, I mean, I think YouTube, which I don't think it was designed to be this, but it's allowing that type of behavior to be
Oh
rewarded with
yeah.
success and
Yeah.
money. So it's
Over
almost
and over and over, and not even in just the vlogging
community. No,
community.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
because you see it in a bunch of these like stupid prank channels that don't get taken down, where they're like literally harassing people in the streets, and then they're like, haha, I got you, and like that's how they write it, as epic prank, but yet they're like slapping people in the faces and stuff.
Yeah.
And that has like millions of views, and that channel is making money, and YouTube doesn't take that down.
But see, but people get upset, like, well, why are they doing that? It's like, because you're watching it. Not
Exactly.
necessarily you guys, but I mean, somebody's watching
Yeah,
it. Those views are coming
somebody,
from
right,
somewhere.
exactly. Those millions of
Regardless
views.
if you're on there commenting like, this is so hurtful, and why would you guys do that? They'll say, you're right, it is pretty bad, but thanks for the view and the comment.
Yeah,
Boosting up the ratings.
exactly. Like YouTube doesn't differentiate between a
Right,
hate view and a like view.
exactly.
So, anyways, yeah, I mean, but back to like, I guess the blogging community. It just like we knew also that we were never going to be full-time YouTubers. Like we've said that plenty of times. Like Josh is not going to quit his job
Yeah, I
to
can. I
be.
got a contract.
Yeah, true. He technically can't quit his job, but even if he could,
Right.
like our goal, our dream was to not make YouTube our full-time job. And like, yeah, Josh is gonna stay home now and not work and have a job, or well, people are gonna be like, YouTube is work, but you know what I mean, like an actual like go to work type job. So yeah, and I just, it was very interesting, where I was recently watching Colin and Katie, which we watched them too. I've been following them since they had 800 subscribers, so we've kind of seen their channel grow, and I have nothing against them. Like they're one of the few that are still pretty decent people, and I've never met them or anything, so I don't know them personally. But if you follow them or watch them, you know that recently they've been putting out, talking about depression, where Cullen is, possibly going through that. And I feel for him, I
Yeah.
really, really do. Like that's not a joke, and it's
Yeah, it's
not like
nothing I wish.
funny or
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
like I'm not like, haha, that's what you get,
Yeah,
not at
no.
all. But it's a rough thing. And so, in other words, just to say that just because two people all of a sudden reach that goal of both of them staying home because of YouTube does not make it all rainbows and butterflies,
Yeah.
and that just shows it right there. Like they get to stay home doing YouTube, and everybody would be like, yeah, I wish I could do that. And yet they're still having struggles, which is normal. That's life, and good for them kind of
Yeah.
for saying that.
Confronting, but it's so sad, especially with the YouTube, or I mean, more for blogging. It's just that you have to almost paint this facade of we're so happy all the time and life is great and we got to go do something every day. And
Yeah.
like, and I we're talking about like when you're daily vlogging, like when you actually have real life issues, you almost have to shelve it for another time that may or may not come because you got to turn on the camera and turn on the smiles or up your personalities, and those things will always just pile on. They never truly go away. And unfortunately, as we've seen with these big bloggers, is that it ends in divorce or ends in certain situations because they've never had the time to truly sit down, talk, and either move on or grow from that situation. I mean, I remember one time we had an argument, and I was like, you know what? this is our life. I mean, we're supposed to be vlogging, right? So I turned on the camera and it's like, look, we're having an argument. I don't even remember what it was about
Yeah,
now.
I'm like, we did.
I just remember it was in
Um,
Chipotle. Remember
oh
that? I
yes.
forgot what it was about, but
Oh yeah. Actually, that was a vlog. I
yeah, it
mean, it
was a
was
vlog.
called like real life married argument or marriage or something like
Yeah, I
that.
don't. But I mean, just to say, like, I mean,
It was
that's
probably something so stupid. I'm almost embarrassed to go back and watch it.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it was something that you just like, oh my gosh, Josh, like, please. And I'm like,
Probably.
Emma,
This was before kids. Who knows what I was mad about then?
exactly. And me being the man that I am, was like, you know what?
Oh, shut up.
I'm gonna sit here and I mean, I love her. I guess I'm gonna take her. Yeah, and look at where we're at now. So we've definitely grown, and I mean, I really feel like I mean, YouTube, especially if you daily vlog or you vlog on a consistent basis, or just create content on a consistent basis, it kind of adds another stressor or another
Oh
facet
yeah,
to your
for
life.
sure.
And just this time off that we had was really enough to just allow us to I mean, I guess we didn't really have too much of refocusing that we needed to do because it wasn't like we were falling off the rails by any means. But I mean, just being able to just sit down, relax when I got home, and just talk with him about just random stuff, not having to be extra so much all the time. I mean, even though that I am,
I
but
know. I'm like, that's not even
yeah,
true in
it's
our
not.
case because Josh is Josh with the camera off or on. That and honestly, that was one of the reasons why like I had wanted to start vlogging in the first place was because I'm like, well, we're not acting. Like
Yeah,
Josh is like that. I mean, I'm, how I am, whatever that is, silly,
the same.
same. I don't know.
Even though I think I annoy you a
Yeah.
lot more.
But I show that in the vlogs, trust me. It's not like I'm like, oh yippee. Like
No,
if
yeah,
you're annoying me, you're annoying me. But
I annoy
yeah.
her a lot.
So anyways, like that was one of the reasons why, but then like I said, as we started to get more deep into the community and seeing like, oh, wait a second, like either we have to pander towards children if we
Hmm.
want our audience to be, I feel, huge as far as for a daily vlogger or a family vlogger. Um, or I don't know. I mean, it was just really an interesting thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't care for the fakeness of it all. And like, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to throw any more shade,
Yeah.
but
I know I do have like my sweatpants on right now, but
wait, what?
because it's so chilly.
Oh, I was like,
It's so chilly. But I mean, who knows? We may come back. Emma and I were talking about maybe probably doing a weekly
yeah, maybe a
vlog or one
weekly.
take or
Yeah.
something
Oh, yeah.
like
Because we
that.
didn't even talk about like the kids. Like that was the other
Yeah.
thing too. Like when Josh and I started vlogging, we knew it was going to be us. Like we are the ones that chose to vlog, so we wanted to be the main people in the vlog. And
Yes.
yes, we want to share our children because it's cute and we're parents and like that's pretty much priority number one. But at the same time, like again, seeing once we started getting more into the community and seeing, oh, okay, well, that's what you have to do to become more popular. Like, we don't want to be like exploiting our kids. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. Again, not to say that everyone who vlogs is exploiting their kids. That's just how we felt, though, that we just didn't want to do that. Like, we didn't want to put every single thing that the kids do. And, like, even though they're crying their heads off, we're going to shove a camera in their face. Like, every time, because, oh, this will make a good vlog.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That just did not feel right to me.
Hmm.
So that's just me. Again, everyone can do their own thing. Everyone has their own moral compass. I can't tell you. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong.
Right. We ain't gotta know where to put you.
So that's just us and why we started to back off as far as like, well, we don't want to, make this the Ethaniel and well now Titus channel because
That
it's
does sound
not
good. E.T.
ET, yeah.
Hmm. E.T. Kings.
So yeah, we just didn't want to do that,
Yeah.
and like I don't know, it's just finding a balance, I guess.
Yeah.
Finding that fine line.
And that's definitely something I want to do is finding that balance because I mean there are still people who comment on our podcast that were watching us since like day one or maybe
Yeah,
day 12 because they had to find us first. But I mean they were there and they've seen us
yeah,
grow as people in our marriage and then they've seen Daniel for a little bit. And now, I think that it'll be great for them to share in us and our family grown again,
yeah,
seeing Titus. So not to say that we owe it to them. I mean, I don't know, but just saying, hey, you guys have invested a lot in us, and we definitely appreciate it, and
Yeah.
just sharing the love, I guess.
So yeah, I don't know. We want to find a balance, like you said, and just make sure that we're also protecting our kids. Maybe we watch too much Criminal Minds. I
I
don't
definitely
know.
know that's a big thing, but hey,
Maybe that
it all comes from
affected
somewhere.
us too much. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many crazies and weirdos, and what if they don't like us, and so they're gonna take it out on our kids? And
Exactly. We're gonna go try to go have a meet and greet, and they're gonna throw anthrax on us.
you said meet and greet.
I thought I sounded like I heard Greek.
Just so you know, you said meet and greet. You did.
I did. So
We're gonna do a meet and greet.
let's do. Hey, we're gonna show up there, have falafels.
I do like falafel.
Hey, see, there you go. My mess up just turned into an outstanding idea. Though none of y'all try to take it.
I feel like I smell.
But you probably do.
Good thing you cannot smell me.
I can't smell you. There have been
See,
times.
that's what's good about a podcast.
What?
Is that you can't see me.
Well, you can't
So
smell.
you can't see that I smell.
But you can't see that.
No, because
you
like
can't smell a
no,
mug.
but like in videos, you can tell like somebody smells.
Like, ooh, she looks stinky.
Yes, you're like, oh, she looks like she stinks.
But I mean, I'm not trying to out you right now, but you can look like you don't stink, and I smell you a mile away.
That's horrible.
That's actually one of your many skills.
Is it? That's great.
Like,
Wait, no,
oh.
that's not good. Because I do.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It's like from far away, like, man, that girl's cute. How about the car? Hey, girl, let me talk to you. Ooh. Yeah, you know where the nearest Krispy Kreme is?
Why?
Because they got to get out of here.
Oh. That's a random place to think of.
Yeah, you just got to hurry. I got to get out of this situation. Can't be like, oh, girl, bye. It's kind of rude.
I know, you're stuck with me.
Hey.
So you can't do that.
I'm kind of starting to get used.
I don't really care what other people think.
What do you mean?
Like other guys. They can think I smell. I don't care.
It's just that I think you smell.
I mean, if you think I smell, I care a little, but not really.
Not enough to change it.
But not enough, not really.
Right.
I don't know.
Hey.
Leave me alone.
I mean, I still love you, girl. But that is a very interesting segue or transition to start talking about podcasts.
I didn't mean for it to go that way, but sure.
That's a very roundabout way
to
there.
say, yay, podcast.
Yay.
No, well, I mean, what?
Well, I was going to say that I've been listening to podcasts for a lot longer than you.
Yeah, I guess if anybody else, does anybody else listen to other podcasts, you know? Because some people were like, what the heck is a podcast?
Yeah.
They didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, for me, I was like, I don't think I'd be interested in that, which is weird because, I mean, we listen to morning talk show, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, but more specialized in what you actually want to hear about. So it was very cool.
Did you lose your train of thought?
I definitely lost my train of thought. Oh, but I was saying actually finding a lot of podcasts that I like to listen to and just even expanding and finding different things that I like to listen to that I didn't even know would be pretty cool. Like there's this one podcast called Lore, and it pretty much talks about the origins of old wives' tales or different legends, like werewolves. Like they're actually real American or real stories of where these legends came from.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy, his name is Aaron Mahnke, he puts it together really, really well. And it's just an interesting time of listening to it. So I told Emma about, hey, you should, really give podcasts a try. And I think she'd never heard about it.
And we listened to one about the Titanic, right? Mm-hmm. Was that one? Was that them? The one about the Titanic, like the history of the Titanic?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
And like the conspiracies that are around it.
Oh, no, I think that's stuff they don't want you to know.
Oh, okay. So that one was a really cool one too, because it's not like foil hat wearing conspiracy.
No, yeah.
Like they just look at all points of views.
And then they
of like how it could happen. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, exactly that. And then also too, they look into like the scientific records of it all. Like in that episode specifically, they were just saying how it was just very interesting where the actual Titanic broke. But they definitely do a lot better than I am.
Like,
I'm not going to try to explain it. Yeah. But definitely check those guys out. But just finding all this different
podcasts, like
sources of content, it was awesome.
So because I downloaded Castbox for us because of our podcast. I was like, oh, I
Well,
want
I
to.
was listening to the Castbox. That's how I was listening to the podcast, and I told you about it.
Yeah, and I never did anything with it because I was like, I don't get it.
Mhm.
But I would watch, like, it's kind of funny now that I think about it because I would watch like YouTube podcasts, like, even though I didn't think that's what it was, but people who would put out really long YouTube videos talking
Yeah.
about stuff, which is
Hmm.
basically like a podcast, you know?
Yeah.
So
Vodcast.
VOD, maybe
Well,
vidcast.
yeah,
Well, that's a
vidcast.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a website. Anyways, so yeah, so I downloaded Castbox, which is, by the way, how an app that you can listen to our podcast on there if you don't want to listen to it on YouTube.
Where all app stores are.
So no, that's for Google Play. I don't think it's on iTunes. Oh, it's
That's a great
listen.
place here where we listen to
Yes,
different podcasts.
yes,
C C
podcast.
C C.
So I looked up ours and I was like, oh, cool, look, there we are. We're so famous on Castbox. But then I started remembering like a bunch of other people who have podcasts that I never like listen to. You know, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I can listen to podcasts. Like that's a good thing to do. Like when you're washing dishes or
Hmm.
folding clothes. Hey, that's when you can be listening to us. Like it's really cool. So
Put us on while you're washing your clothes.
yeah, or folding clothes.
Yeah, but I actually listen to podcasts every day on my way to work. I haven't
Yeah.
even listened. I didn't really listen to the radio for a long time to begin with. I was
Yeah, the
always
radio
listening
gets
to music.
boring. It like
But
it
yeah,
gets repetitive, I
yeah,
guess.
I don't even listen to music that much. The only time I really do is when I'm in the gym getting my gains on.
So, I started, I mean, there's a, because I do photography, there's a podcast, and they also do have a YouTube channel. Their name is Tony and Chelsea Northrup, I think. Northrup, something like that.
North
But their podcast is called Picture This. Um, and it's really interesting for photography. I mean, I won't, like, if you don't really care about photography, I guess it's not that interesting.
won't bore you with the
I won't bore
details.
you with what did you call it? ISO or ISO or what? I don't remember what
Yo, ISO talk.
but anyways, they were talking about this one thing that was really interesting, and it was like the history of GoPro, which I just thought was really crazy because you don't think about those things, I guess. I mean, why would you, right?
Right. But
Um,
all companies have a story.
yeah, but I just thought it was crazy because, and this is just funny how, like, with a lot of companies and like a lot of people, they see these success stories, and the way that the company puts forth the story is like they were just doing their thing, being all poor and stuff, and then they came up with this idea, and now they're millionaires, and like you can be too, not realizing that there was a ton of work that went on behind the scenes, or like in the case of GoPro. There's the guy that created, his name is Nick something, I don't even remember, Nick something. The way he likes to tell his like story is that he was this surfer guy that was just like chilling on the beach with his girlfriend, just a real like laid back dude. And he even like started off by collecting some type of seashells. I forgot what they said. And they would make this belt or necklace, I don't remember, and they would go and sell them to the like stores on the beach, like
So weird to me.
yeah, and they would buy them at like this super high markup price,
Well, yeah, those stores, they were pawn shops.
What? No.
I was saying, like, what store is actually buying merchandise from people?
These
Hey,
sea stores, beachfront stores.
yeah,
Anyways,
pawn shops.
they would do that and then they would resell it. And so that was kind of like how he put out his story. And then he had this idea to like put a camera to his wrist so he could take pictures of himself surfing. And he like went to his mom's house and used her sewing machine to sew the first strap and like made it. And like that's like this whole story, right? But when you actually find out his history, he's like, his dad was like he had money. He was a banker or something that had done investment deals and mergers. So he had money. And not that there's anything wrong with money. Like that's the main
Hmm.
thing. Like it's not wrong that you come from money and then do something with yourself. Like that's not the problem. But it's
Don't
just,
try to lie and act
yeah,
like.
but like to act like, because he had also done websites and stuff before, like when the whole .com bubble was going on and like everyone was trying to be a .com millionaire. Like he had an idea and he put out a website that was supposed to be like games, and he had investors like throw tons of money at him and it failed. And so, I mean, basically just saying like he had experience, he had money. It wasn't like the way that GoPro kind of, or well, him likes to put the story out there of like, I was just some bum that sewed my first camera strap to my wrist and came up with this idea. Like, no, he had money and he had a history of doing like businesses and coming up with businesses and things like that. And I just thought that was crazy. And then now, because just this year, GoPro is talking about how they're going to sell, like he's going to sell the company possibly, because it went through like a huge, like, basically a big, what is like up and down, I guess, of the success, the rise of the company, and then the fall. Because as you know, times have changed, and GoPro came out before like every cell phone had a camera in it, like way back when, 2006 time frame.
Yeah.
So cell
That's
phones,
crazy to
I
think that cell
know,
phones
right?
didn't come with a
Video camera, like,
already.
yeah, they had cameras, but the video cameras weren't like that great. Not saying that some of them did have them.
Man.
I know, but like, because I had a Razor. Remember the Razor, the phone, the Razor, Motorola Razor? I had a pink Razor phone, and that one had a camera, and it had a screen on the front too. So when you actually closed it, you could even see, like, you could literally take a selfie because it had a screen on the front. It's just crazy.
Just think, my old BlackBerry didn't have video camera.
Yes, it did.
Did it?
Yeah, because I think, remember you filmed the seal when we went to SeaWorld, and that seal was like,
oh yeah, we were going back and
what
forth.
else do seals do? But yeah, it's because y'all were like
was
talking.
Screaming. He was like,
yeah,
and I was like,
So, anyways, but yeah, so you think about it, and then the, like, remember, well, the flip camera. Remember the flip? I don't know. I used to have one. I don't know if anybody remembers those. I was telling Josh that our wedding was actually filmed with the flip cam, my flip cam, and that came out again, and that was kind of a competition to GoPro at the time. But then the iPhone 3S, I think, what they said, came out, and that had a legit, like, decent video camera. So now you had no reason for a flip cam, really. So that like went out of business, and the GoPro stuck around because, of course, you know, it's an action cam and it's more durable. But now the drones and things, you know, now drones, instead of having to put a GoPro on a drone, the drones are now coming out with their own cameras, and they're like 4K and better quality. And now GoPro's too late to the game. And anyways, it's just interesting because even with all of this like money loss and stuff, he still decided to buy himself a private jet and a yacht and all this, you know. So I just thought it was so like crazy, like just the history of these companies, and they did have to lay off like the drone division because they're just too behind in the game. Anyways, it was just a really interesting story that I was telling Josh. Like, you just never know. Like, he's a really good salesperson, basically, and a very charismatic guy. And so it's just, again, it's just really interesting. Like, I guess the history behind certain companies and what they want you to believe. And I think another company that's like that too is the Toms.
what are the Toms?
The Toms shoes. Toms, you know, everybody had Toms, those shoes. Do you not tell me you know what Toms are? The shoes, Toms, were like,
sound familiar.
Wow. Well, I guess you're not a hipster. I don't know. I'm not a
Toms,
hipster either.
Are they like skateboard shoes?
No, they're just like basic shoes. But the whole premise behind his company was the whole, if you buy one, we send a pair to Africa. Remember that whole thing?
I know that. I wouldn't say gimmick, but yeah, that.
Yes, like, yeah. So like his whole thing was, yeah, that was the mission behind his company was if you buy a pair, you're basically buying a pair for, oh my gosh, Titus. He's crying.
Boy.
He's crying in the background. I don't know what he wants. I'm going to pause it. So Tom's, yeah, so their whole mission was buy one, send one, or something like that.
So what you were saying, like the GoPro story sounded similar to that?
No, well, I mean, because I think the same thing with the Tom's guy, like, he wasn't, he's not a bad guy or anything. I mean, neither is the other guy, but I'm just
never sending anything overseas.
No, not that, but like, he didn't just like randomly stumble upon it, you know, and like, oh, this is good done. I came up with an idea, you know, like he had some history because he was on The Amazing Race actually with his sister, I think, and they came in second. They lost. Basically. That's what he said. I actually saw him speak in person. But he had, I think he had,
That's what he said. He's
yeah,
like,
he
he didn't
was,
come in second, we
yeah, like
lost.
they lost. He was all upset about it and stuff. But that's just another really interesting, like, he had some experience, doing
Yeah.
businesses and stuff. So,
Um,
because I remember we were like talking about how people just think, like, especially with this generation of, instant gratification,
Absolutely.
like you see this story, or we were talking about Kickstarter, actually, that's why.
Mm.
And these people who think like, I have this idea, now give me a bunch of money and I'll make this product and be a millionaire. Like, that's how they see it. Or Shark Tank too. Even
Yeah.
things like Shark Tank, like they'll see people go on Shark Tank, get the deal, and then become millionaires, not realizing that either that company did a ton of work before they even,
Beforehand,
right,
exactly.
before
They
they,
existed. They were a
exactly,
company.
before they ever even showed up to Shark Tank,
Yeah.
or all the hard work even after they got the deal, that still has to go into the company, because it's not like this magic
Yeah,
thing.
or even yet, when they go to sign, when the cameras turn off, they don't even sign.
Yeah, that happens a lot. They said, what's his name? Rob? No, who's the one at the end?
Is
Robert?
that Rob?
Yeah,
I
isn't
think
it
it's Rob.
Robert?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's the one that has like the least, like the not, what is it, like the worst,
That's a turnover rate or
yeah, like
whatever.
percentage or something to not sign. Like, even though he says yes, like at the end, after the cameras are off and stuff,
Hmm.
like he won't actually do it.
It's like you won't sign this paper. You won't give me this
So
money.
that sucks. I love Shark Tank, by the way. I think I've seen like every single episode.
I like it some like it's one of those weird shows where I'm not gonna ever turn it on myself, but when I'm in there, I'm like, that's a pretty good
I
product.
know. I'm like, that's a good idea.
But then I'm like, all right,
But
now I'm out.
I'm wondering, like, because we were talking about this, before, is that now, because this show's been on what, like forever, 6 years, 5 years,
Yeah.
something. It's been on a long time, and they've
Uh-huh.
had pretty much the same sharks. Like, are they getting to the point where, see, now they're being like super picky, because they're like, oh, I can't do that because I already have a
Conflict
business.
of
Yeah,
interest,
it's a
right?
conflict of interest. I already have a company like that.
Right.
Whereas when they first started, like, not that they were taking everything, but it was still new. They were still being a little bit more risky, more adventurous.
Yeah.
But now it's like, well, I can't do your company because I already am invested in Honey Books or
And then we
whatever,
play
Honey
around
Boo
like
Boo.
times are tough. We can't go out and invest in and have our money everywhere. Like, we need
Yeah,
a little bit in our pockets.
yeah, exactly. Well, no, not that, but like, but they don't want to
No,
be spread too thin.
exactly.
So
So
I'm
it's
like, I don't know, shouldn't they have new sharks now?
they should.
Don't you think?
I think that was a missed opportunity for them to actually have a recurring. Uh, that's a theme. Like every season, they switch out either
Yeah.
all of them or half of them
Or
or
not even,
something.
I don't know. I think it's just time. Like, maybe after the fifth year, like, let's switch it up, Let's bring in new sharks.
Yeah.
And
Eh,
I don't know. So I mean, I know that they rotate every so, like, one will rotate every so often. They'll
right.
have. In fact, the guy from GoPro was on there. Speaking of, he was on there, and the same thing with the guy from Uber. And it was so funny because if you ever listen to, like, or if any of y'all go on Reddit, like, they have a Reddit for everything.
Hmm.
Remember, like, a group, and they were just talking about
Yeah.
him and how he was always talking about Uber. He's like, and when I started Uber, and by the way, did you know I started Uber?
It's like,
And when I didn't have Uber, like, it's like this joke that it's all he ever talked
it's like,
about.
okay, bro, you
Yes,
got
we
it.
get it. You own Uber. Of course, I mean, I guess I would brag too.
Did you claim that when that chick got stabbed in that car? Did you claim Uber then?
That's not funny.
I mean, you gotta take it during the good, take it during the bad.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I love Shark Tank. I
Yeah.
think,
I,
wait, was there a product? I think there was one. I can't remember. There was something that I bought, like, specific. Oh, the Squatty Potty. Well, we don't have it, but the Squatty Potty. Like, if you go into Bed Bath and Beyond, there's that whole section that's like, what's her name? Lori. I forget her last name, but her whole section of like things that she's endorsed and stuff. And the Squatty Potty is one of them. And I was like, oh, look, Squatty Potty. Like, it's real.
you know what? That actually makes sense, though. That's a comfortable position
Yeah.
to get everything going. But talking about just not overnight successes, how about those Super Bowl commercials? Because they probably have a storyboard, do all that stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
probably months in advance. Like
Yeah.
people are probably planning out their next Super Bowl commercials
Oh
already
my
by
gosh,
now.
I know, right? That would suck if at the very end it's like, scrap that. Like, well, we watched Mad Men. We finished it, by the way.
Yeah.
Awesome show. But now I can't look at ads without hearing it in Don Draper's voice.
He's like, tide, waterfalls, people walking. How would
Yeah.
that make the older demographic feel?
Yeah, exactly. And so like I imagine that like with the Super Bowl commercials, I was kind of like imagining because I don't know how I mean I could care less, couldn't care less. I don't know, whatever you
Yeah.
say about Super Bowl or the commercials really. But so I kept hearing that whole dilly dilly thing. I was telling Josh.
So, oh my gosh.
What?
Was it today? No, it was yesterday. Some two dudes, grown men, actually said it like as they were leaving. Like they
To
instead of
each other?
yes, instead of saying goodbye, he's like, "All right, man, I'm gonna see you at the next in a meeting about 30 minutes." He's like, "Yeah, dilly dilly, dilly dilly."
Oh my
I was like,
gosh.
"Oh my gosh, are you serious?"
Why?
Like y'all said it for real.
So I had to look up because I kept seeing it and I'm like, what is this dilly dilly? Because I thought it was maybe like a nickname of one of the football players or something. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
So I had to look up like why, what the, or where the origin of it was, I guess. And so it's a Budweiser commercial. Budweiser? No, Bud Light. See, I already lied.
Yeah.
It's a Bud Light commercial. And
Bud Light night.
but I hadn't seen it yet, and so they were interviewing the two people that were like kind of in charge of creating the ad, and he was saying that when they were creating it, like they did this sort of like Game of Thrones like spoof and whatever. If you've seen the commercial, you can look it up. And they say, dilly dilly or whatever. It was meant to just be a placeholder, like that word. Those words were going to be put as something else. But they pitched it to the clients with dilly dilly because they're like, oh, we'll figure out that word later. But the clients liked it so much and they were laughing. So they're like, no, just keep it. It's funny. And that's kind of how it like stuck. And then it went viral because it was so weird, I guess. I don't know.
There you go. That's the thing. Like, is it even that weird? It's not like or something. I mean, dilly dilly. Like I've heard that before. Not necessarily dilly dilly twice, but
Yeah.
diddly diddly do.
Yeah.
Like I feel
Diddly diddly do. Or bippity boppity boop.
I diddly diddly don't do that.
Well, that's why I told Josh. I was like, isn't it what the guy from Family Guy says? But he says, what does he say?
Giggity.
Yeah.
Giggity giggity gig.
That's what I heard. That's what, when I first saw it, I was like, why are they taking his like saying? So anyways, I don't know. I don't think it's that funny, but apparently it's caught on, and that's pretty weird that people in real life are saying it to each other.
Like my favorite commercial was, I don't know. So I like the Keanu Reeves one with the motorcycle. Maybe you need to listen to what he's actually saying. But
He's selling his motorcycle.
yeah, I know he was selling his motorcycles, but I don't know what he was actually saying because we were at a Super Bowl party, so we couldn't really hear the commercials.
He said, "Sell motorcycles," and then his other Keanu said, "Yes. Sell motorcycles. Should I make motorcycles? Yes." Like he was talking to himself. He was convincing himself to like.
Oh, I didn't see the camera cut to make it look like there were two.
No, he's in like when he drives past that truck, he sees his reflection, and his reflection talks to him.
I didn't even see the truck.
Yeah, and then he's like when he looks in the mirror of his motorcycle, his mirror says like his mirror self says something to him, and then he's in the sky.
I need to go just watch all of the Super Bowl commercials again.
I saw just because I watched because we couldn't hear them because we were like at a party and they didn't have the TV on super loud during the commercials. But I watched this like YouTube top 10 one or something, I don't know. And then they had the one with them rapping, the little guy from Game of Thrones. The little guy.
That was just the glorified lip sync battle.
Peter
Peter Dinklage.
I was Dinklage.
Dinklage. That's me because he's short. You call him Dinklage.
I know. No, I really thought that was his name, and I was like, that's unfortunate. I was like, that kind of sucks. But no, he's cool. Yeah, that was just lip sync. I didn't know that's what it was. I thought he was really like singing.
You thought that was his voice?
No, I knew that was him. I mean, when I was watching it and I couldn't hear it, I was like, oh, I want to hear him like rapping because I could tell he was rapping.
Yeah.
But then when I watched it, I was like, oh, it's not even him. He's just lip syncing. Like, and by the way, I like lip syncing YouTubers annoy the crap out of me. That's just popped in my head.
Yeah, there's a new one I saw. I'm like, oh my gosh,
What,
what
with
they
the
say?
greatest show on earth?
Were they in the car?
Yeah, they're always in the car.
Yeah, so
No,
I
so
didn't even finish it.
Cynthia's my sister. She like likes these people, and you've probably seen them. They're actually the better ones of the car lip syncers because they do all the costumes. They're like a husband and wife, and they do like costumes and stuff. But I don't know. There I am. I'm just throwing shade again. I just sound like a bitter old tree,
Right.
throwing shade on everyone.
That y'all can leave YouTube, come back, post podcasts, and talking trash about everybody.
No, it's so annoying because it's like it's not even talent. Like you're
Yeah.
not singing, and then honestly, the only reason we never did it was because we're like, oh, we don't want to get like copyright strike. Like I don't know how they don't, like
Well, I
how.
post it on Facebook now. So.
No, but the ones that posted on YouTube.
Oh, because it's freaking YouTube.
I
It's
don't know.
favoritism and
I
all
guess
that
like
stuff.
if it gets viral, I don't know.
Yeah, because the only thing that's a copyright strike is YouTube saying it.
Yeah, because like Sam and Nia, like they got famous because their lip syncing video of Frozen, right? And everyone was like, "Oh, this is so funny and cute." I'm like, "No, it's not." Like it's so basic. Like they're just lip syncing to a song. I don't know. I probably sound super bitter, but and like jealous. I'm not jealous. It's so boring. Like I don't know. That's just me. Like I said, the other people that are doing it now that are like popular, at least they have costumes and stuff, which I guess is cool, but I don't know. I'm just never found those like cute or funny or interesting or cool or creative. They're just dumb.
Still so chilly in here. It's time for me to break out my parka.
That's horrible. I'm like, stupid. Hey, well, you can't like every video, right? Golly.
No, I completely agree. Hey, speak your mind.
I don't know. That's dumb. Do y'all like those videos? If we did one, what if we did one? If we were
Did
like,
we do one?
stupid. No, we didn't. No, we were actually singing. See, that's the difference between you and I. I mean, between us and them, I should say.
Well,
We were not good.
I don't remember which one you're talking about.
Well, what were you thinking? You said, didn't we do one?
Did we just do one? A lip sync?
No.
Okay.
We were singing Frozen.
Were we?
Yeah, but we were actually like singing it in the car.
So we was like, dang, they got some. I don't even know. I don't know what they say.
Pipes?
Pipes. There you go. I was thinking lungs, but I knew that wasn't.
No, they say lungs.
They got some lungs.
No, but we can't sing very great. But
speak for yourself. me.
Oh man. Oh, what was the game that we played? We just had a game night again. Oh my gosh, we played the most funniest game ever.
Let's see what it's called.
No, so you have a deck, you have two decks of cards, and one deck is just a whole bunch of like random sayings, like weird things, just weird sayings. Uh-oh, there goes your phone. And the other deck is all kinds of like accents, impressions. Like one of them was rapping, one of them was a celebrity, like you're pooping, giving birth, like stuff like that.
That's funny.
Yeah, and so one person is like the judge, and everybody else has to they pick a phrase from one of their cards, and they'd have to do it in the style that the judge picked from that deck. So everyone has to pick, or everyone does their phrase in like pooping or whatever. And yeah, and then they get to choose who they thought was the best. But it just reminded me of that because Josh had to sing, and he like acted like he was freaking Neo over there.
I won.
He did win, actually.
What was I saying?
I don't know. I don't remember the phrases.
I don't know. I was like, and I'm telling you.
No, that was not the phrase.
No, I'm just saying that's how I was singing though.
Yeah, it was.
You ain't no one.
He even like put his hand up.
I was getting it. I was hitting all kinds of levels and riffs.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Oh my gosh.
What was the name of the game? We have to ask.
Yeah.
We have to ask our friend that brought it. And it was so funny.
I've never laughed at so many other people.
Oh, yeah, we had to do interpretive dance for one of them.
Oh, I won that card too.
Yeah. He shouldn't have won though.
Granted, yeah, Emma, when I say she interpretized, Oh man, she was. I felt her movements, her heart, when in her limbs.
I had to say, my saying was, I won't take a job unless weed is legal, or unless it's a place where weed is legal, or something like that.
That's so funny.
That was like the saying, and I had to say that while interpretive dancing. It was so funny.
I just know she ended up on the ground.
I did.
She spun onto the ground, and I was just like, "Oh my!" I was hitting that
good.
clap.
Yeah,
that was good.
It was
It
pretty
was
good.
impressed. I was very impressed.
But it was so much fun. All our friends did so good. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was a great
I
time.
didn't remember what it was
So
called.
yeah, we'll let you guys know what that game is. And
Yeah.
then,
What?
I mean, we had to take out like the actual physical movements of it, but like the little accents of actually saying it, we could do that. Excuse me, I don't know that.
Yeah, one of them was like a redneck, no, Southern. Remember?
Oh yeah.
And I had to say, "Hi, my name is Don," and or what? Thanks for calling Comcast. How can I waste your time?
How'd you say it?
Oh, you want me to say it?
Pop it out.
Let's
Hit it
see.
for 'em.
I said, "Hi, my name is Dawn. Thank you for calling Comcast. How can I waste your time?" Except I was like pretending to chew gum and like
That was funny.
twirl my hair.
That was pretty funny. That's good. That's a good Southern accent right there.
So it was so fun. I don't remember what it was called, but
Yeah, we gotta figure that out because I was gonna say like whenever we do like a listener giveaway or a prize or something like that, we can play that game with them.
Oh, excuse you. We have Titus down here with us.
Yeah, so he stop screaming his head off while he's laying down.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean that could be something that we can do.
Yeah, that'll
Play
be
a game
fun.
with them.
So.
Speaking of games, I want to do a quick round of heads up
We'll
before we
end
wrap this up.
Oh my goodness, you scared him.
Did you not want to play heads up? Is that something that you don't want to do?
He's like, no!
No, right?
Pay attention to me. I thought y'all were done. Fine.
So we're gonna play Mix It Up.
Yeah.
This deck can mix it up.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, Emma's gonna be the guesser. Here we go. It's an animal that has a big old horn in Africa.
Rhino.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's a toy that goes up and down.
Yo-yo.
Yeah. It's Follow the Yellow Brick Road.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Oh, that song, Hello.
Adele?
Yeah. Oh, it's another animal over in Africa, but they're in the water. They're really huge.
Hippos.
Yeah. This is an animal. It's not a crocodile. It's a
alligator.
Yeah. This is an animal in the Ice Age that is
woolly
like
mammoth.
Yeah.
A lot of animals.
This is a bug that you see at night. It glows.
Lightning bug.
No, it glows. What's the real word for it? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what do they call?
It's like it's hot. It burns.
Cold.
It burns.
Burn.
What burns you?
Oh my gosh, firebugs, fireflies.
Yeah. Oh, this is the movie that The Rock played in, like his second movie ever, based on
Scorpion.
yes. And then there's a Chocolate Factory.
Willy Wonka.
Yes, count it, count it. Oh my gosh,
was a
he's
lot
on fire.
Well, that was like a lot of animals, though.
Hey, give me the points. 10.
9, 10.
I'm counting that one.
Woohoo. Okay.
That was outstanding. Mix it up again.
Are you gonna hold it?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay, now it's Josh's turn to guess. Here we go.
Let's knock this out.
Oh, he's a High School Musical.
Zac Efron.
Yes. Oh, good job. Oh, he's your favorite Marvel character.
Deadpool.
No, he's on your pajamas.
Oh, Iron Man. Jeez.
Macarena. Yes. October 31st.
Halloween.
Yes. Oh, he's on Grease. He's on Saturday Night Fever. He's on
the actor or the character?
Actor. He's on Face Off.
Oh my gosh, yes, that man. What's his name? I can't remember his name. I know who he is.
If he lies, his nose grows.
Pinocchio.
Yes.
What's his name?
Darth Vader.
It's
son.
Luke Skywalker.
Yes. She got arrested. She's with Snoop Dogg now all the time. She has a show.
Oh my gosh, what's her name?
She cooks and
Snoop Dogg and
come on, Josh. No,
Paulina.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Martha Stewart.
Martha. I knew it was a white chick name.
You're thinking about Paula Deen.
Yeah, Paula Deen.
I can't believe you said Deadpool.
It's because I just saw his trailer. That's why. John Travolta.
See what I mean with you, Joshua? Like, I use clues that I think Josh is like, it's a for sure thing because he's told me, and then he doesn't even get it. I mean,
got it the
Iron Man
second
is
time.
like his favorite character. He has pajamas of him and like t-shirts.
Yes.
And so I say that exact thing and you say Deadpool. Not that you don't like
You
Deadpool.
put me on the spot. I don't know.
No,
I was on the
I don't-
stage. I don't know. Forgive me.
Anyways, that was funny. Good job. I won.
Yes. What?
Well,
Who won then?
Titus, I won. Say, Mommy won. Mommy won. Anyways, so I guess that's it then.
Yep. Well, thank you all for listening to another episode. I'm glad you stuck around for this awesome heads up activity. Hey, I just wanted to say
Yeah,
that a little bit.
and send us, if anybody's listening, any questions or
Yeah.
we should probably put that at the beginning because I don't know how many people make it all the way to the end.
I know. This is a long road.
It is.
But
So,
hey, thank you all again and look forward to recording another episode and we'll see you all here again. Bye.